Hello everybody, it's Jamie from Old Shipping Lines and welcome back to another episode or a let's play, shall we say. So today, as you can see, we are in Stoneworks and we are in Tiny Sailor's World. Don't mind the tug there behind me. But as you can see right here, we're gonna be checking this ship out, the RMS Empress of Ireland. So let's get on board first, shall we? And let's take command of this beautiful vessel. Now sadly it is night, but I'm sure it will change in a minute. So let's begin. So my idea is that we are going to sail from Southampton, where we are right now, to New York and of course refuel at Halifax. After that I'm planning to sink the vessel. So yeah, let's get started. So let's first clear out some things right there. Let's see, if we go to open mobile controls, we can load our passengers, and as you can see, let's start 1542, 1542 and 155, and let's load this vessel. So as you can see, of course, I'm sure you guys have played Tiny Sailor's World, but if you haven't, you can sail pretty much any ship or ocean liner from back in the day. Now these are your controls, lights, you can sink the vessel, you can anchor, but we will talk in that in a minute. So let's set course for New York. So let's go full speed. And yes, let's begin our voyage. Now, if the ship sinks a little bit earlier, before we get to New York, now that will be very unfortunate. So as you can see here, we have the RMS Empress of Ireland. This ship in the game hasn't been updated in a while, so there might be some inaccuracies. Sorry, by the way, that you can see the mouse cursor. I can't get that away. But there is an event, by the way, also that you can get things like that. It's a Christmas event. You can get a ship for yourself, or collect or unlock, a ship. So let's get our night vision out with our goggles and let's see, look around, because of course we don't want to hit anything. Now in this game you have tidal waves, mines, U-boats that can sink your vessel very easily. So let's close with the button T our watertight doors just to be safe. Now this will make the ship a little bit slower, but that is something that we will have to deal with. So yeah, when you close the watertight doors, I don't know if you can hear it, but it gives a little bit commentary of the documentary inside the Titanic. So I hope you guys can hear the background. Let me raise the volume up just a little bit more. And there we go. So now we are making our way to New York. By the way, don't hit that. If you go through the fire, you shall sink as well. So let's stir the bay a little bit. Now I dearly hope that we won't hit anything, because I will show you the vessels that you can choose from. So let's say right here, spawn vehicle. Now if we go all up the top, you can spawn the Disney Dream, the Emma Maersk, the Asama Maru, the Batory, the Costa Concordia, the Estonia, the Poseidon, the Titanic 2, which requires a game pass, which I sadly don't have. The Oceanos, the Georgic, the Wilhelm Gustloff, the original Olympic that also needs a game pass. The Oceanic that also needs a game pass. The Adriatic, the Aquitania, the Berengaria, the Black Titan, which also needs a game pass. The Britannic, the Carpathia, the Empress of Britain, now the Empress of Ireland, which we are currently sailing. The Homeric, the Lusitania, the Majestic, the Mauretania, Mauretania 2, Oceanic, Olympic, Queen Elizabeth II, Queen Mary II, the Titanic, the Windsor Castle, the America and Doria, and the list keeps going on. The Atlantic, the Bremen, which also needs a Game Pass, which I luckily have. The Capricorn, which also needs a Game Pass, which I also have. The Cunard Coronia, the France, the SS France, the Great Eastern, the Ile-de-France, the Kaiser Wilhelm the Grosse, Normandy, the Polaris, which I sadly don't have, the Rex, the Titan, United States, Sea-Wise Giant, Symphony of the Sea, City of New York, Titanic, Empress of Russia, and much more, as you can see. So the list keeps getting bigger and bigger. So yes, these are the ships that you can have. So it seems that we have hit something, and I don't know what. So this means that we shall be going a little bit slower, as you can see. This must have happened whilst I was talking, but let's see. Okay, we are going to ground against almost a rock right there. I didn't know that we hit something, but that's quite sad. But as you can see, the bow is going lower. But we are still sailing. We are now going 50 knots, as you can see. Now you can also see some information here: the location, the season, the weather, the time. The anchor is raised, as you can see, of course. PvP is off. Now you can engage PvP. What that does is that, let's say if there is somebody with a U-boat who wants to sink you, you can easily get damage and sink by the damage of the torpedo. I think that's right there a space thing. I haven't seen that, so that's new for me also. I can hear a tsunami, or are we fine? It seems we're fine, so nothing to worry about. Now if we hit the button Z, because as you see we have the funnels with the black top right there, but if we hit the button Z, it changes. So this is the concept of the Empress of Ireland before she actually sank. So all white or orange funnels, and we are hearing Christmas music. Well, I don't like the music in this game, so that's quite annoying sometimes. But it seems that I can stop the music. Now, as we can see, it's clearly starting to become day, which is fine. So now we can see the Empress of Ireland more with the funnels. So all orange. If we hit the button Z again, the stripes with the black top funnel. So for those guys who know me now a little bit, the Empress of Ireland, she is my top one ship. She's my number one ship. I mean, if we just look at the vessel, I mean, she isn't too big, she isn't too small. For me, she is just perfect. And also the story of her sinking and all the things that happened that night, they just intrigue me. So I find that quite interesting. I'm sorry if you thought that my number one ship was the RMS Titanic. Of course I love the Titanic. She was the ship that got me into ocean liners. But the Empress of Ireland, she is my number one. So yes. So now, as you can see, it's starting to become early in the morning with the time right here. So now we look, now we can clearly see the vessel. Sadly, of course, is that we are sinking a little bit, but that shall be fine. So now we are closely getting to Halifax. I'm sorry that you hear that. I'm a little bit sick. Apologies. But let's see. Well, the night goggles don't work, of course, because it's pretty bright. Now, like I said earlier, this ship hasn't been updated in a while, but the game keeps updating. So the Queen Mary has been updated, the Queen Elizabeth has been updated, the SS United States. And maybe in the future the Empress of Ireland will also be updated. But I mean, the main things are there, but there shall be a little bit inaccurate things that don't belong there. I mean, sorry. So right here we are at Halifax. Right here. And I think we shall refuel. And there is an option, by the way, that you can fix your vessel. So I will quickly do that as well, because I don't think it will be pretty to see this ship sailing like this. I mean, she's in a bad way. So this is the Halifax port right here. And if I'm correct, we shall be able to refuel. And you can see that right here. Okay, so we have refueled. Let's drop anchor. And let's go to the main menu. Right here. And you can see the game passes, of course, also. Now let's go to vehicle stats. And there should be a button that you can fix. Yeah, here we go. Repair your vehicle. Now we are in a port. So that should be fine. And as you can see, we are fully repaired. Now let's close this and let's load the passengers once again. So load right here, and now we can raise anchor and continue our journey to New York. So I think the journey has been going pretty well. I mean, we hit something when I was showing you the list of all the ships you can have, but other than that, we didn't sink. So that is quite something. So again, you can engage PvP, so people can hit you. So let's try and take that risk. So let's go to mobile controls and let's hit the PvP button. Now as you can see right here, we are red, and that means we are PvP. So now we see the ship in her full glory, not sinking by the bow. Now here again you can see the original concept with the funnels all orange or yellow like. And now let's make our way again to New York. Now you can also upgrade your ship, and that she can go faster. But I want to keep the original speed like 20 knots. And of course I'm chatting, and right there is a tornado. Let's hope that we won't be hit by it. I think we should be fine, but I'm not gonna take any risks. So we are going to port. Just to be safe. There we go. So we are quite safe right now. But like I said earlier, there is an event going on, a Christmas event as they call it, and you can unlock a new ship. And the ship that you can unlock is right here. So if we go back to or spawn vehicles, sorry. The ship that you can unlock with this event is the Regal Princess. I'm not a big fan of cruise ships, so I won't be unlocking it personally. Sadly, I didn't get the Pacific Princess also because I didn't have time. But leave in the comments what ship you want me to check out next of Tiny Sailor's World. And yes, we are closing in on our destination, and that is New York. So one thing I also want to do with the Let's Play series is I also have Stormworks, and I want to tour and sink some ships there as well. So I think this is the ice field, or is this some islands? I think some islands. But now, like I said, we are closing in on New York, so that is pretty nice. And I think I'm going to sink the vessel a little bit away from the port. Not too far away, so we can swim to safety, but a little bit away. So fire again right here. And we are getting snow. By the way, just look at the tornado at Halifax. I mean, it's still there. You can see it from quite a distance. That's impressive. So, I mean, by the way, if you see this big rock kind of shape thing right here, that means that you're getting close to New York. So that should be fine as well. I think I recall that you need to be careful right here because there might be some AI U-boats that will launch some torpedoes at you and sink your vessel. Now luckily our watertight doors are still... Wait, are they open? Okay, they were open. Okay then. Well, that would have been very unfortunate if we were being hit by a torpedo. I didn't know, so now luckily it's again closed. Now also one quite interesting detail is you have some little bit of passengers, as you can see. These little black shaped people. There are many, as you can see. Some on the bridge here, some on the bridge right there, and some on the bow. So that's some quite detail that makes the ship get to life a little bit. Now, until now we haven't spawned or seen any other player ships, but I hope we will be able to see them in New York. One thing also is that if your ship or if a ship is sinking in the game, you can go to her position and you can save her passengers. So that's also a quite fun little detail. Now, of course, I'm not opening the chat because, as you can see, it's blowing away. So I won't or don't want to get distracted by that. So this voice has been me mainly talking, but I hope you enjoy the video. So what is that right in the distance? Oh wait, is that the Christmas thing? I think that is the Christmas event thing. Or no, we are now getting into the ice section, as you can see. Which confirms again that we are getting close to our destination. So let's try and not have the same fate as the Titanic, shall we? So we are going a little bit slower because the watertight doors are closed, but I will open them again when we leave the ice area. But I think we should be fine. I mean, of course we shall need to turn a little bit away from this big ice cube right there. Excuse me, but I think we shall be fine. So I want... Yes, the music is toggled. I don't know if you heard that music with the guitar. That's the only thing I sometimes dislike about this game, is the background music. Not this Christmas music, this is quite nice, but sometimes you have background music, which I frankly dislike at the fullest. Also, one fun detail is when you go underneath the ship, near the propellers, you can... I hope you can hear it. Hear the engines going. So that's a quite nice detail. So it seems we shall be needing to turn to port a little bit. So that is something we shall do. Oh look, and the snowing has stopped. And right there we have New York. Oh, that's very nice. So this wasn't an ice section, these were just some rocks. Well, let's open the watertight doors. And there is a different ship. And that is right there, the Kaiser Wilhelm the Große in her troop livery, I think. Yes, it's a troop vessel. So let's honk at them with H. I think we can't honk at them with H, I forgot. But that is the Kaiser Wilhelm the Grosse with the troop livery right for you there. Don't know where she will be going. I think Southampton, like we did. But let's go. Let's disembark our passengers right here, because of course we don't want anything dying. So now we have disembarked our passengers and cargo, and we are going to sink now. I don't know what that was, but that was scary. By the way, the Statue of Liberty right there, looking lovely as ever. But now let's of course sink the vessel. So here we go. If you press Z, oh no, well, we're going to do it with the controls. The sink option. So you can sink by the bow, sink by the stern, sink by port. You can also just sink by animation, I remember. Let me see. Sink by animation. Simulation, there we go. So let's hit that, and now we are sinking. So as you can see, like the original Empress, she is going on her side very fast. The lifeboats are disembarking the vessel. Fireworks are being sent up. And this is not looking too well for the Empress. Now let's disembark ourselves. And let's look at the sinking of this vessel. And the sinking music, and the funnels have just fallen. The lights are starting to flicker. Screaming is happening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as you can clearly see, the Empress is right on her side. And there we go. She is starting her final plunge. Sinking to the bottom. Stern first. She is going down. The last moanings of the ship. And she has gone down. So with the lifeboat still in the water, a debris field, and the Kaiser Wilhelm the Grosse, oh no, I think that's Titanic, being in the distance, not seeing us sink, we shall now go to the bottom and explore the wreck right here. So the wreck has hit the bottom with the debris. She's on her side, and now she is rusting away with the funnels right there, some engine, some more debris, and that is the Empress. So let's swim to harbor and to safety. And it's becoming to be night again. So let's stop our character visibility, because of course we are now without a ship. So let's close the tab once again. And now, yes, there we go. Now you will be able to see us. So let's swim to safety. New York seems to be unlitten. And the Titanic still there, not seeing us have sunken. Oh, the Britannic! It's actually the Britannic, sorry, not Titanic. The player is descending from heaven, and it seems that the Britannic is sinking as well. Don't know why. He just entered harbor. And there we have the Kaiser Wilhelm the Grosse, which seems to have fired something, or is sinking as well. Quite interesting. But anything can happen in Tiny Sailor's world, so random stuff always happens. So we are safely in New York, and here we are. Now guys, if you have enjoyed this video, leave a like and leave your thoughts in the comments down below. of course, we are trying to reach I'm sorry. I firstly want to thank all the new subscribers who have subscribed to the channel, because it really means a lot. And we are now trying to hit the 500 subscribers. So if you have friends who like ships and ocean liners, please show them my channel. Like I said again, we are trying to reach the 500 subscribers, and I know we can do that together. And once again, leave in the comments what you think of this video. And with that out of the way, guys, have a good night or evening wherever you are, and good night or evening, good day or evening wherever you are, and we will see each other on the next video. Goodbye.